Imagine this. The room is quiet, too quiet. There's a faint sound of a monitor in the background. Steady, mechanical. Your body feels weak. Your chest rises slowly. Every breath feels expensive. You know this isn't temporary. This is the end. No more tomorrows. No more I'll start next week. No more second chances. And suddenly, your mind begins replaying everything. Not the small embarrassments, not the awkward moments, but the big ones. The chances you didn't take, the risks you avoided, the dreams you postponed. And a single sentence forms in your head. I could have been more. That's the pain, not death itself. But knowing you live beneath your potential. Picture it clearly. You had ideas once, fire once, energy once. You had nights where you imagined building something meaningful. You had moments where you felt capable of greatness. But you waited. You told yourself you weren't ready. You told yourself you needed more time. You told yourself life would eventually align perfectly. It never does. Time doesn't slow down because you're unsure. It keeps moving, quietly, indifferently. And while you hesitated, others acted. While you doubted, others failed and learned. While you scrolled, others built. Now imagine lying there at the end and realizing the gap between who you became and who you could have been. That gap isn't small, it's massive, it's haunting. You don't fear death, you fear unfinished potential. Because deep down, you know something about yourself. You know you weren't meant to be average. You feel it when you see someone succeed, and something inside you whispers, that could be you. But instead of listening to that whisper, you silence it with comfort. Comfort says, relax, you've got time. Comfort says, you deserve to rest. Comfort says, it's not that serious. Comfort never screams, it gently seduces. And years pass without you noticing. 1 year of procrastination feels harmless. 5 years feels confusing. 10 years feels terrifying. You wake up one day and realize you traded ambition for entertainment, discipline for distraction, courage for convenience. And the worst part? You knew better. That's what stings. You knew you were capable of more effort, more consistency, more risk, but you kept choosing the easy route because it felt safer. Let me ask you something honestly. What scares you more, failing publicly or realizing privately that you never tried? Failure hurts your ego. It bruises your pride. You might feel embarrassed for a while, but failure builds strength. It creates stories. It shapes resilience. Regret does none of that. Regret sits in silence and whispers at night. It replays moments like a cruel movie. Remember when you almost started that business? Remember when you almost applied? Remember when you almost changed your life? Almost. That word becomes poison. Almost successful. Almost disciplined. Almost courageous. You don't want to be almost anything at the end of your life. Think about your younger self, the version of you that believed anything was possible, the kid who didn't overthink everything, the teenager who had big visions. What happened? Life didn't crush you. Fear did. Comparison did. Overthinking did. You started negotiating with your own greatness. Maybe I'll start next month. Maybe I'm not talented enough. Maybe it's too late. And slowly, you shrank. You shrank your goals to fit your comfort zone. You lowered your standards to avoid pressure. You convinced yourself that average was fine, but it's not fine. It's quiet misery. Average feels safe in the moment. There's no spotlight, no big risks, no heavy expectations, but average compounds into something ugly over time: regret. Because potential unused doesn't disappear. It transforms into frustration, into envy, into bitterness. That's why some people become negative. Not because the world betrayed them, but because they betrayed themselves. You don't hate successful people. You hate the reminder that you could have tried harder. Harsh? Yes, but true. Right now, you still have something powerful. Time. You are not on that bed yet. You are not at the final chapter. Your story is still being written. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Every single day you delay your growth, you're writing a weaker story. Every workout you skip, every opportunity you avoid, every excuse you repeat, You are shaping the ending. One day, when everything goes silent, you won't care about how comfortable you were. You won't care about how many shows you watched. You won't care about how safe you played it. You will care about whether you showed up fully. Did you push when it was hard? Did you act when you were afraid? Did you build when it would have been easier to quit? Or did you wait? Waiting feels harmless. That's the trap. You wait for motivation. You wait for confidence. You wait for perfect timing. Perfect timing doesn't exist. Courage comes after action, not before it. Read that again in your mind. You are not supposed to feel ready. You are supposed to decide, and decision is uncomfortable. It requires responsibility. It forces you to confront your laziness. It demands sacrifice, but regret demands more. Imagine your last breath. Your family around you, or maybe no one around you, just you and your thoughts. That's the most honest moment of your life. No filters, no excuses, no pretending. In that moment, you won't lie to yourself. You'll know. You'll know whether you gave your all or whether you held back. And that realization will either bring peace or unbearable weight. So, ask yourself now, not later now, if today were the beginning of the end, would you be proud of your effort? Or ashamed of your hesitation? This isn't about becoming perfect overnight. It's about refusing to die unfinished. Refusing to meet your final day thinking, I should have tried. Because one day, you will meet the version of yourself you could have become. The only question is, will you shake his hand in reality, or only see him in regret? This is where it becomes uncomfortable. This is where excuses start collapsing. Stay with me, take it slow, and listen carefully. The truth is, most people don't ruin their lives in one dramatic moment. They ruin them slowly, quietly, one small compromise at a time. One, I'll do it tomorrow. One skipped workout. One delayed idea. One ignored calling. And it feels harmless in the moment. That's the dangerous part. Regret doesn't arrive loudly. It builds silently in the background while you convince yourself everything is fine. Let me ask you something that might sting. If your life ended 5 years from now, would you be proud of the effort you're giving today? Or would you panic knowing you wasted the time you had? Because 5 years is not far. It sounds far, but it's not. You've already lived years that disappeared faster than you expected. Time doesn't move slow. It moves silently. And every day you delay your growth, you're casting a vote for a smaller future. You say you want more. More money, more strength, more respect, more freedom. But your daily actions whisper the opposite. They whisper comfort. They whisper avoidance. They whisper fear. And here's the hard truth. You are not tired. You are undisciplined. You are not unlucky. You are inconsistent. You are not incapable. You are comfortable. Comfort is addictive. It feels good to sit. It feels good to scroll. It feels good to avoid the difficult task. But that short comfort creates long-term discomfort. And that long-term discomfort is called regret. Imagine being at the end of your life and realizing the only thing that stood between you and greatness was your own hesitation. Not lack of talent, not lack of opportunity, not lack of intelligence, just hesitation. That would hurt more than failure ever could. Failure at least means you tried. Regret means you watched, humming softly. And watching your own potential decay is a different type of pain. You see, you don't become extraordinary by accident. You become extraordinary by enduring discomfort consistently, by waking up when you don't feel like it, by training when your body complains, by working when your mind wants distraction. Discipline is heavy in the beginning, but regret is heavier at the end. Choose your weight. Some of you are waiting for motivation, waiting for a sign, waiting for someone to believe in you. Let me be honest. No one is coming. No one will knock on your door and hand you purpose. You either decide to step into it, or you don't. And if you don't, life will still move forward. People around you will still grow. Your peers will still advance. Your family will still age. And one day you'll look around and realize you stayed the same while everything else evolved. That realization is brutal. Because stagnation doesn't feel painful daily, it feels normal. Until you compare your reality to your potential, then it burns. Think about your parents for a second, or the people who sacrificed for you, the ones who believed in you before you believed in yourself. Imagine them seeing the fullest version of you, strong, disciplined, accomplished. Now imagine them seeing you settle. Which image makes you proud? Which image makes you uncomfortable? That discomfort you feel right now, that's not guilt. That's awareness. And awareness is powerful if you don't ignore it. You have dreams for a reason. You feel ambition for a reason. You feel frustration for a reason. It's because there's a gap between who you are and who you know you could be. And that gap will either motivate you or haunt you. The choice is yours. Let's talk about excuses. I don't have enough time. You do. You just give it to distractions. I'm too tired. You're mentally drained from overstimulation, not physical effort. I'll start when things calm down. Things never calm down. Life always has chaos. You must build within it. Stop negotiating with your weakness. Every time you say just this once, you reinforce the identity of someone who quits. Every time you delay action, you train your brain to avoid discomfort, and that pattern compounds. But here's the powerful part. The opposite compounds too. Every time you act despite fear, you strengthen courage. Every time you train despite laziness, you strengthen discipline. Every time you choose growth over comfort, you strengthen identity. Whew. Identity is everything. If you see yourself as someone who tries, you'll quit when it's hard. If you see yourself as someone who finishes, you'll endure. So who are you becoming? Right now. Not in theory, not in imagination, in reality. Your habits reveal the answer. Imagine your final moments again, but this time, imagine feeling peace. Not because life was easy, but because you know you gave everything. You took risks. You chased dreams. You built your body. You sharpened your mind. You loved deeply. You failed boldly. That version of the ending feels lighter, doesn't it? That peace is earned, not given, and it's earned daily. In the quiet mornings, in the lonely workouts, in the uncomfortable decisions. Greatness isn't loud at first. It's built in silence. While others relax, you build. While others complain, you execute. While others hesitate, you move. And years later, the results speak. The tragedy is not that people aim high and fail. The tragedy is that they aim low and succeed at being average. Don't let that be your story. Don't let your potential rot because you are afraid of discomfort. Don't let your final thought be, I wish I tried harder, because you still can. That's the gift. You are alive. You are capable. You are aware. But awareness without action becomes torture. So take the discomfort you feel right now and use it. Let it push you. Let it ignite something inside you. You don't need a perfect plan. You need a decision. Decide that comfort will no longer control you. Decide that effort is your new standard. Decide that your final day will not be filled with what-ifs. Because one day, it will be your last breath. And when that day comes, you will either smile quietly, or you will close your eyes wishing you had been braver. Start now. Not tomorrow, not next week. Now. This is where everything locks in. Take one steady. This is the moment most people avoid. Not because they don't understand the message, but because understanding requires responsibility. And responsibility is heavy. You've now imagined the deathbed. You've felt the regret. You've seen the gap between who you are and who you could be. The question now is simple. What are you gonna do about it? Because awareness without action is self-torture. You can't unsee what you now understand. You know you're capable of more. You know you've been holding back. You know comfort has been winning. So either you rise, or you slowly accept mediocrity. There is no neutral ground anymore. Let's be honest. Part of you wants greatness, but another part wants ease. One part of you imagines success, The other part negotiates with excuses. That internal conflict is the real battle. Not the world, not other people. You versus your lower self. And here's the harsh truth. The lower self is convincing. It sounds reasonable. Rest today, start next week. It's not that serious. It always sounds logical. But logic without courage becomes weakness. You don't need more information, you need transformation. And transformation begins with identity. Stop asking, what should I do? Start asking, who must I become? Because actions follow identity. If you see yourself as average, you'll perform average behaviors. If you see yourself as disciplined, you'll naturally reject weak habits. So, who are you? Are you the person who folds under pressure? Or the person who stands up when things get hard? Are you the person who talks about goals? Or the person who executes quietly? Your future is hiding inside those answers. Imagine waking up tomorrow with a different standard. Not louder motivation, not extreme emotion, just a calm decision. I don't waste my life anymore. That's it. No drama. Just clarity. Discipline is not loud. It's quiet. It's the alarm going off and you getting up without negotiating. It's the workout when no one is watching. It's the uncomfortable conversation you stop avoiding. That's how you erase regret before it's born. One disciplined decision at a time. Some of you are waiting for a massive breakthrough, a big opportunity, a life-changing moment. Those moments are built from small, consistent actions. You don't leap into greatness. You walk into it daily. Think about the version of you that would make your final day peaceful. What does he do differently? He trains, even when tired. He works even when uninspired. He speaks even when nervous. He risks even when uncertain. That version of you is not a fantasy. He's a decision. And every day you delay that decision, you strengthen the weaker version instead. That's why change feels hard. You've practiced being comfortable for years. You've trained avoidance. You've mastered distraction. Now you must retrain discipline. It will feel unnatural at first. Good. Growth always does. Let's remove another illusion. You think you have time, but time is not something you own. It's something you're borrowing. Every birthday is not just celebration, it's subtraction. 1 year less. 1 year closer to the end. That's not meant to scare you. It's meant to sharpen you. When you understand time is limited, urgency becomes natural. You stop tolerating nonsense. You stop wasting mornings. You stop delaying hard decisions. You move. And here's the shift that changes everything. Stop chasing comfort. Start chasing respect. Not respect from others. Respect from yourself. Because when you look in the mirror at night, you know the truth. You know if you tried. You know if you hid. You know if you gave effort. That internal respect is priceless, and it's earned daily. Imagine ending your life knowing you squeezed everything out of it. You used your body fully. You sharpened your mind fully. You loved fully. You risked fully. You failed fully. You lived fully. That is peace, not perfection. Effort. Most people fear failure. But what they should fear is never testing their limits. Never discovering how strong they could have been. Never knowing how far they could have gone. That uncertainty becomes torment later. You have one life, not 2 drafts, not a rehearsal. This is it. And you don't get to restart at the end wishing you had been braver. So be brave now. Not loudly, not dramatically, just consistently. The world doesn't need another distracted mind. It needs disciplined ones. People who keep promises to themselves. People who execute even when bored. People who act even when afraid. Become that person, quietly, relentlessly. You don't need applause, you need alignment. Alignment between your potential and your actions. Every time you choose effort over comfort, you close the regret gap. Every time you show up when it's hard, you build peace for your future self. And that's the real reward. Not money, not fame, peace. Because one day, you will lie down for the last time. The room will be quiet, your breath will slow. And in that final moment, there will be no audience. No distractions, just you and your truth. Make sure that truth says, I gave everything, not, I could have given more. The choice is not made at the end, it's made now. In ordinary days, in small decisions, in uncomfortable actions. Start living in a way that makes regret impossible. Train your body, build your skills, strengthen your character, speak your truth, take your shot. Because peace at the end is earned in the middle, and the middle is where you are right now. No more waiting, no more shrinking, no more what ifs. Become more, so that when the final chapter closes, you close your eyes without regret.